This is the news with me, Winifred Nicole, but first, the headlines. President Barrow leaves for Mecca after visiting historic sites in the holy city of Medina. GRTS signs an agreement with an international business to sponsor the broadcast of the Sarhuli News magazine. Saturday's heavy downpour leaves many people in Kuntaur homeless. And Sudan and Libya agree to secure their common border in a bid to deflate tensions between them. Well, viewers, those are the headlines. Thanks for joining us once again. Former Secretary General and Minister of Presidential Affairs, Njogu Elba, among others, this morning appeared before the Commission of Inquiry, probing into former President Jammeh's assets. Fatou Jasseh tells us more.
Njogu Elba, former Secretary General and Minister of Presidential Affairs, testified before members of the Commission of Inquiry to answer questions regarding the financial dealings of former President Jammeh. When asked questions in relation to the Carnegie mining account, this is what Ba had to say.
Were you signatory to the Carnegie mineral account?
Carnegie mineral account? I do not recall being a signatory. It is possible because once SGs are appointed or changed, most of the time they become signatories to some accounts.
Former SG was summoned specifically to make clarifications on a cash payment of $500,000, which he received back in 2011. But Ba said he has to see the said documents related to this transaction in order to recollect his memory.
If I am shown the document and yes, my signature is, but this is like 2011, and a lot of things happened, a lot of things transpired.
As a former close aide to the former president, one would believe that Mr. Ba will be able and swiftly name close associates of ex-President Jammeh. But Ba had a different answer to this question when asked by the commission.
I will need time.
So we'll need time. We'll give you time.
Yeah.
Yeah, next time you appear.
Fadi George Mazaji also made an appearance before the commission, bringing the delivery notes the commission requested for the 32 vehicles the former government bought through his company. He also clarified what he meant by the NAWEC bond.
As I understand it, NAWEC had to issue a bond to the banks to cover debts Euro Africa Group owed to the banks. And these debts were $65 million. Is that correct?
No. The $65 million that they owed to us, we owed in turn about $40 million to the local banks, and $25 million were owed to Total International.
Another former Secretary General, Momodu Sabali, also reappeared before the commission today, this time to explain why he made a $5 million transaction from the Carnegie account.
You are saying the $5 million cash, which is the one I'm asking you questions about.
Yes.
But that's the cash one. The other ones have some documents showing they were paid to some third parties.
Yes.
Now this one was the cash withdrawal. You're saying you had instructions from the ex-president to withdraw this money in cash?
Yes.
Sabali said offering scholarship to students was purely based on the former president's discretion, and his office only facilitates payments.
The president identified who is to be sponsored, and he would give instructions for us to pay. It was completely within his control.
That's simple enough. And that applies whilst you were there to all the students, apart from the Taiwanese school?
Yes.
The next to face commission members was former Gambian ambassador to Qatar and managing director of Maligam Company, Ansumana Jammeh. He revealed that the company has been under investigation since 2013.
What is it that they were investigating?
The financial transactions of Maligam.
Although Ansumana Jammeh supervised most of the former president's businesses, he claimed he had little or no knowledge about what these businesses were all about, and he could provide few documents to prove the legitimacy of these businesses. Jammeh also revealed to the commission that during his time as Qatari ambassador, There were no grants given to the former government, even though records showed otherwise.
During the period you were there, did Qatar give any grants to Gambia? I have the records show that in 2011, $4 million grant was given to the Gambia government, which was paid into a central bank account. Do you recollect this?
Well, no.
The three witnesses are still required by the Commission to bring relevant documents next time they appear. For GRTS News, I am Fatu Dassi.
His Excellency President Adama Barrow and delegation have completed their religious engagements in the holy city of Medina. The Gambian leader is in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia to perform the Hajj. Our reporter Momodu Jallo picks up the rest of that story.
Shortly after his arrival in Medina, President Adama Barrow joined several thousand worshippers for the Maghrib and Isha prayers at the Prophet's Mosque. Later, as prescribed, he visited the Rauda, where Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, and the two Sunni caliphs, Abu Bakr and Omar, are buried. Here, the President and delegation offered prayers for the Prophet and his two companions. He will later return in the morning for the Fajr prayers, marking the start of what would be a busy day for the President and his delegation. First was a visit to Masjid al-Quba, the first mosque in Islam, where they performed a 2-rakat prayer before heading for Masjid al-Qiblatani, the mosque with 2 directions, where it is reported that the Prophet, peace be upon him, received revelation to change direction towards the Kaaba after he had faced the opposite direction. Just before leaving the holy city of Medina, Mr. Barrow delegation visited the tomb of Barrow, the companion of the Prophet, the first to present Islam, where they paid their respects and prayed for Allah's mercy. The President later flew to Jeddah, where he will travel to the holy city of Makkah to begin the Hajj. Momodu Jallo, GRTS News.
The Minister of Information and Communication Infrastructure, Demba Jawo, Monday inaugurated the Gambia Telecommunications Company's Board of Directors. Tamara Fofana picks up the rest of that story.
Appointment of this new 9-member Gamtel board by the Barrow administration is said to have followed a thorough search and scrutiny with a view to injecting a new lease of life into Gamtel.
We believe that the company needs business-minded people to drive the company forward. We know it's a technology business. Business mind is necessary to make a difference. And this is why we have a selection of this spectrum of members. So we hope that they will be able to define the position to where we want it to be. The ministry said is we want to get the board with a difference, and to do that we felt we also have to support the board in whatever form.
So Mahoney is the chairman of the new Gamtel board.
What we do bring to the table, and what is expected of any new board, is the following. We bring a fresh set of eyes, perhaps some new and innovative ways of looking at some of the company's long-standing problems and challenges, and hopefully, as the PS said, a new level of energy. And change like this always does engender new energy, and we hope that we will bring that and it will be seen. Our aim will be to build on the successes of our predecessors and at the same time to address those areas that they were unable to tackle, because as we know, the dispensation under which they worked over the past 22 years was very different, and it was not one that enabled them. We hope that we will, and we look forward to taking on some of those challenges and righting some of the wrongs and getting Gamtel back onto a very solid path.
The Minister of Information and Communication Infrastructure, Demba Ali Jawo, who presided over the inauguration of the new Gamtel board, expressed optimism that the members will execute their job with integrity, dedication, truthfulness, and independence in the best interest of the company.
In summary, the board is expected to undertake the following among many other functions. 1. Establish appropriate policies for the efficient and effective administration of GAMCEL. 2. Ensure that an appropriate code of conduct through service rules and schemes of service is devised. 3. Develop a strategic plan for the strategic direction of the company. 4. Ensure effective oversight of management for smooth operations of the company. 5. Provide adequate systems and internal controls. 6. Provide quarterly reports on the financial and management accounts. 7. Put in place professional standards and corporate values for good corporate governance.
As a company that was once among the most successful telecommunications entities in Africa, reviving GAMCEL's lost glory will be a major preoccupation for this new board. GRTS.
An international business company known as Gambia, Angola, China Holding Corporation has signed a sponsorship agreement with GRTS for the broadcast of the Sarhule News magazine. Sisi Sawane tells us more.
The Gambia, Angola and China Holding Corporation GACH today signed an agreement with the national broadcaster GRTS at a tune of $1 million. The money is meant to sponsor GRTS weekly Sarhule magazine called Mefahamunde. The CEO of GACH, Abubakar Jawara, stressed the importance of the media in the Gambia's socio-economic development.
Beginning this for Sarhule program. Also, we are working hard for a lot of things because the president said without media, no progress. That is true. Even business, if you are no media, you have to collaborate with media. You can succeed. We are doing a lot of things here in Gambia.
He pledged more support to the public broadcaster. The Director General of GRTS, Ibrahim Osila, said the agreement will help the institution overcome some of its challenges.
I want to assure you that what is happening today is part of the new thinking in GRTS, a transformative agenda that we have put in place where we partner with businesses in the Gambia and those businesses that are operating outside the Gambia, but they are targeting the Gambians inside the Gambia, so that we can give visibility to their projects and their products. And as an institution, we know that we have inherited some very difficult, challenging situations, and overcoming some of these challenges will also require some very innovative ideas. Ideas that will, of course, see us depart from the norm. Ideas that will, of course, see us come out very firm on certain issues so that we can move on.
The Managing Director of GACH Global Trading, Alhaji Alaji Silla, noted that the agreement will enhance GRTS programming and as well serve as marketing strategy.
GRTS have the potential to take us to where we want our marketing to be. It is a very viable business that we want to run. That's why we need strong partners like GRTS. No matter how good GRTS in terms of management, no matter how much skill you have, and how much professional approach you give the programs, if the resources are not available, we will always come encounter challenges. So that's why it is important for us to come as a company and twin up with GRTS so that all of us jointly will have what we want to achieve.
The Finance Director of GRTS, Yamuna Ugai, and her colleague, Senior Marketing Manager Kemo Jata, both welcomed the initiative and called on more people to emulate the sponsors. This is one of the many ways to sustain programs on the national broadcaster by calling on patriotic citizens to sponsor societal programs and activities on GRTS. The GACH Group is an entity that works in construction, selling of cars and tomato factory, which will soon start operations in the Gambia. For GRTS News, I'm Sisi Sawane.
Saturday's heavy downpour left several people homeless in Kuntawur in the Central River region. Many households in the rice-growing settlements are looking for support to fix their compounds. Famara Kanya of our newsroom was there and he prepared this report.
Seni Sise is homeless. His entire house has been devastated by the floods. A typical farmer as he is, Seni is desperate. Any urgent solution will definitely help to reverse his current condition. He has already evacuated his 11 children with his wife to a safe zone. The poor farmer is left with nothing. Adjacent to his compound, some neighbors are also struggling to cope with a similar condition. Mamadi Sise is the breadwinner of this family. With great risks under a house that is almost collapsing, he scavages through what remains of the damaged house.
All my family is desperate. We are all living at the health center right now. So I'm here for some of my things because we don't have nothing to wear. All my clothes are stuck in here. So that's another problem.
Many here are trapped in the floods with no place to seek refuge. The flood water is still gushing, making life unbearable for these families. The disaster left untold sufferings on the villages. This is the area council building. It is temporarily closed until any possible solutions could be found to reopen it. The Kuntawur Health Center is used to relocate some families. Fatu Sonko and her children are benefiting from that temporal offer, staying in a place they never wish to stay under normal circumstances. The regional director, CRR North Famara Trawale, said Kuntawur is bordered by the river Gambia, and this water body has made the village very vulnerable.
We wanted to develop a certain area here so that we can have cattle irrigation scheme, but the communities did not agree on to certain terms. That is a factor, one of the factors that is responsible for this.
If you look at the location of Kuntawur, Kuntawur is in between the river Gambia and the rice field. And these rice fields that you are seeing is supplied by a big canal that, according to many people, say the water normally comes all the way from Senegal. So if that water comes and then fill these rice fields, normally it doesn't have exit. So what it does is it goes into people's compounds.
Many of these families have lost valuables and foodstuffs to the flash floods. The National Assembly member of Nyani, Alhaji Silla, together with the district chief and other senior members of the village, called on the government and NGOs to come to their aid.
I'm appealing the government to make a quick response for this thing so that we can be able to rescue the affected people or the victims. Because presently, there is nobody who is living at his home. People are staying at the market, the hospital. Even at my home, there are some people there. Luckily, I can say out of the whole village or the whole town, it's only about 3 to 4% of the whole town who is not affected.
Kuntawur is an agrarian settlement. On the outskirts of the village, many rice fields have been destroyed by flood. The general outcome indicates a serious effect on post-harvest production. Reporting for GRTS News, I am Famarakan.
The good swing in commercial activity at the Banjul seaport greatly delights officials as transnational trading rises. The downside, however, comes with traffic in most streets in the capital still to a halt due to intense congestion. Irama Jata takes a closer look at the issue.
A blocked traffic grid that can stall to a halt as trucks and young vehicles struggle to navigate overflowing roads in the capital city. Welcome to Banjul in the midst of a commercial swing, it continues to surge amid the transformed environment reshaping the Gambia. The swelling boom has taken over every part of the capital city, with streets from Picton to Haven lined up by young vehicles and commercial transit missions. The business right now at the post is booming. It's a positive turn that have tremendously boosted business and commercial activities here in the capital city, Banjul, which is a transit hub for trucks and vehicles transporting merchandise, food and goods to other parts of West Africa. It's a significant turn that increased engagement at the seaport. City dwellers complain about the lack of parking space, but Senegalese truck drivers, on the other hand, lament the slow process of crossing to the other side.
The management of GPA are engaging the city council because we realize that there is a particular area around the Sting corner, then where a particular portion is being identified where the trucks will be. But also we are very particular about our transit trucks because these are the trucks that really generate revenue for the authority.
We certainly look forward to a faster conveyance. Ferries do their best. For many drivers like me, it's now known to spend a week or more waiting for your time to cross. I have been waiting for 12 days. My colleague has been here for almost 2 weeks. Whilst the trucks bring considerable profits for the GPA, creating efficiency in service delivery is more important for port officials as Banjul engages a flourishing business boom.
We realize that there are two things that are operating here simultaneously. We have trucks that are here to pick up their containers at the Banjul seaport, and those trucks also that are on transits to be loaded with the goods to the neighboring countries.
At the threshold of the West African coast and the fastest gateway to the northern bank, Banjul continually attracts people and commercial activity. Its position as a transit hub occasionally takes a toll on the city's mega space, and residents have begun to grumble. They are everywhere. Just hope their transit can be much faster. The city is already overflowing. Roads are constantly blocked. This primary split resident believes the expansive Kandi area could be used to create more space for trucks and commercial vehicles. It's critical that something is done to receive Banjul's infrastructure. Those its massive business potential. As the capital continues to excite a steering business boom that promises even more for many, the question is how it will carry the moon south, bringing more commercial people to the island city. GRTS.
Amadou Wuri Jallo of Albion Methodist Lower Basic School in Banjul is the winner of the World Food Program Children's Design Competition 2017. The design challenge is meant to develop hunger solutions around the world through the eyes of young artists benefiting from the WFP school meals. As Samuel Barr reports, 22 young learners from across the world took part in the competition.
12-year-old Amadou Wuri Jallo of Albion Methodist Lower Basic School is the winner of the World Food Program's Children's Design Contest 2017. The 6th grader and last born in a family of 5 made a name through his drawings, which highlights hunger solutions through the eyes of arts.
We were a big surprise because we won it nationally, but we didn't know that it would go international. You know, he did it, but it was effortless. We were not that, we didn't do it like tension, you know, because this is like when letter will come to say you have to participate, at times we do it with tension. Come and do it, come and help the children, you know, you have to be there to monitor, you know, with tension, but this year was no tension. We all relaxed.
The young learner chose the theme, "The future begins with food, and the world is better in green."
The boy was, demonstrating the knowledge of an environment, an ideal environment, and also he used his skills to differentiate, to contrast it, which environment is ideal and which one is not ideal. And also we can see the advocacy of an ideal environment of which people should cherish and make sure we live into that.
Young Amadou's work shows 2 alternatives for Mother Earth. One that is polluted and affected by the effects of climate change, and the other green and free of pollution.
It was timely that such competitions are held. They do not only help the children to explore new avenues in terms of knowledge and skills, but also to help them develop their talents, because just imagine such a young child throughout the world who was able to become one of the winners. I think it means a lot. It means these young children have great talents, and it is the onus lies on us to really help them realize their full potentials.
The fact that Wuri was able to do a beautiful job in the whole of the sub-region, 22 countries, Wuri, about that.
The artistically gifted lad is raised by a single mother, Muminatu Jallo, a palm oil seller at the Banjul Albert Market.
We are indeed proud of this day today, because this has indeed shown how the teachers of Albion School are working tirelessly to improve quality teaching and learning.
This is where Amaru and her single mother, 2 brothers and 2 sisters live, and all the child needs now is better education to realize his dreams. How do you feel about winning this international award?
I feel happy. I win this. I feel happy. I promise to work very hard.
What would you like to tell young people, other young people?
To plant more trees.
The World Food Programme's Children's Design Competition sends a very strong and positive message to younger generations about hunger education through arts. Samuel Bach, GRTS.
We will be back with news from outside the Gambia right after this break. Stay tuned. Over now to sports. Medina Football Club has won the Serekunda East Super Cup trophy by beating their crosstown rivals Milan Football Club 1-0 in the curtain raiser final. MS Jallo watched the Italian derby, and this is his report.
Medina Football Club has beaten their crosstown rivals Milan 1-0 in the long-awaited Serekunda East Super Cup final. The long wait for the Northern season to start here at Serekunda is finally over with the Cotton Razor Super Cup final. Nearly 1 year of football impasse nearly crippled football in one of the biggest Northern centers in the country. But after the dust settled down, the ball is finally rolling, and the football fiesta got off to a colorful start here at the Serekunda East Mini Stadium. A great turnout filled the Serekunda East Mini Stadium, among them the Minister of Agriculture, Omar Jallo, Mayor Yankuba Kole of the Kanifi Municipality, and the top echelons of Gambian football. The frail interlinear derby was decided by a single goal. It didn't take the defending champions long to click into gear, as they took an early lead in the 13th minute when Mohamed Sanam scored from close range. Milan dominated the second period and had a glorious chance to level the tie when they were given a penalty a few minutes after the restart. But Lamin Kamara's spot kick was brilliantly saved by the goalkeeper Lamin Sane. That was an important save from the shotstopper. Milan continued to push for an equalizer and was given another hope in the 58th minute when Medina were reduced to 10 men after Ibrahim Cham saw red for a rash challenge. Despite Medina playing with a man down for majority of the second period, Milan couldn't capitalize on their numerical advantage, misfiring in front of goal on several occasions. 10-man Medina held on to win their first Super Cup trophy and a perfect start to the new football season for the defending champions.
I definitely missed 9 key players for the first division fight. But thank God, I try and make sure to replace each of these 9 players. They are difficult to be replaced, but definitely these lads I got up together, they definitely saw their goals.
The final was spiced up by the presence of the Agriculture Minister, who was among the founding members of the Serekunda East Mini Stadium during his time as the Member of Parliament for the Serekunda East constituency during the former PPP regime in the 1980s. Coming back after so many years was a great feeling for the veteran politician.
I am so pleased and honored to be here and to see that what I have decided in the 80s with my friends to establish Serekunda Stadium against a lot of challenges and odds is now being successfully implemented for the interest of the young people of this country.
Medina added the Super Cup trophy, which was missing in their trophy cabin. Numerous GRTS Sports.
Over now to the international scene. Sudan and Libya have agreed to secure their common border, deflating tensions between the two countries. The move is expected to put an end to the insecurity along their common borders since fighting erupted in Libya in 2011.
Libyan Prime Minister Fayez Mustafa al-Sarraj's visit to Khartoum comes amid a row that erupted last year in July. Libya ordered the closure of Sudan's consulate in the city of Kofra, expelling 12 diplomats. But the meeting in the Sudanese capital signals a new era of relations between the two countries.
We will work to learn from our mistakes and to go towards strong and strategic relations to serve our current and future ties between our two brother countries. We have talked on how to secure our common border. Through the activation of our previous security agreements, we have also discussed the bilateral relations and how we can push it forward in different fields. We in Sudan confirm that our daily agenda is to support the stability and security of Libya and to put an end to the entire crisis affecting the country.
Another issue that emerged during the meeting was the presence of Sudanese rebels operating in Libya.
And the presence of the Sudanese mercenaries among the fighters in Libya poses a direct threat to the Sudanese security.
The leaders also agreed to combat human trafficking and illegal migration in their territories. Beryl Barrow, CGTN.
And before we take leave of you, a recap of the day's main stories. President Barrow has left Mecca after visiting historic sites in the holy city of Medina. GRTS has signed an agreement with an international business company to sponsor the broadcast of the Sarahule News magazine. Saturday's heavy downpour has left many people in Kuntaru homeless as residents in the rice-growing village contemplate what to do. And Sudan and Libya have agreed to secure their common border in a bid to deflate tensions between the two countries. Well, viewers, that was all in this edition of the News at 10. From me, Winifred Nicole, and the entire news team. Thanks for the pleasure of your company, and do have a peaceful night.
GRTS program da ne yano ko fodo tani jara le kajaram ko la manyo bito jibe ka kenyame badi mo nan ko da no ma program moto albaje ne jaram ko ta manyo bondo kenyande de ika manyo fo biti nyandi le manyo dundu watte maya ika badi ga nyandi le ani manyo nata da faya na nyarolta aka sabarol kenyame sato kono an be min be ban na ani la nyo saban tundo me kewni muso ka ke ada pun ada program mondom na lafta di ma fama jam akana da amina sambi GRTS an nar badin ma sa